Hello guys, welcome to Ask Raghulan. Today we're going to see migration into Australia through higher studies. So that's what we're going to look into it. There is already several videos we have already posted in the same playlist, and this is in specific to an engineering course. So if you are from a different stream, a lot of these information will be useful for you, but your stream there will be a lot more little difference here and there. So you just have to do your own due diligence in doing the research. Alright, so the next thing what we're going to see is the location details. So the location details is very important because that is where you're gonna pretty much you live, you work, and you study. So you're gonna spend your 2 years of your time or even more in that location. So which plays a lot of important things in terms of economics and your stability and the income that you can generate. A lot of those things will be your location plays a major role. So the first thing is your cost of living. So just check in the location that you're going to choose. Let's say if you're choosing a university, which is University of Wollongong or University of Technology Sydney. So if you look at it, Wollongong is a bit more regional place. And then University of Technology Sydney is an urban location. So of course the cost of living will vary. So you have to check which one you're going to trade it off. But remember, if it's going to be an urban city, then you will get part-time jobs. Then again, if it's a regional location, sometimes you get some benefit when you do the migration process, because the people who's hailing from the regional locations, generally they tend to get the TR much quicker, or else you may have to move to a regional location and stay there for 2 years. So the location plays a major role. So first thing is your cost of living. Check how much is an accommodation. As I said previously, if you have got any contacts in the uni who's a current student, just check with them how much will be a shared accommodation and what sort of my weekly rental and monthly rental and all these kind of things, and then work out with some buffer. So don't just go precisely to that number, just have some buffer on top of it, because sometimes you may actually have to stay in another location for another few months until you find some better locations or cheaper locations and things like that. So that's one thing. And another thing is you can go to a site called domain.com.au where you can find cost of rentals and leases and things like that. So before even you go and talk to students, you can go and find how much is to rent an apartment, and sometimes it would range between $350 a week to probably around $450 to $500 a week. And most cases you will not be staying alone. Obviously you'll be staying with probably around 2 or 3 or 4 people together, and it will be a 2-bedroom apartment, so you'll be sharing with these people. So you have to split it along among them. So, and then there will be electricity and other things that you will be splitting along with these people. So that's one thing you need to work out, because your accommodation will be one of your bigger expense. I think other than that you wouldn't be spending anything bigger apart from your tuition fees, because that is the biggest. And the second one would be your accommodation. And the next thing is your the location of the stay. Sometimes what happens is if you stay closer to the uni, there will be some bus shuttles which goes around certain locations and certain suburbs where it picks people and drops people for free or cheaper. Or sometimes there will not be even bus service in certain locations. So you might find cheaper rent in a location, but you have to do a walk, or you have to buy a car, or you have to buy a motorcycle and things like that. And then you have to apply for license. There is a whole bunch of things that you need to do. So make sure that when you pick a location, see if it is closer to the uni so that you can even walk and go to the uni. And another thing is, if it is a bit far, make sure that there is a bus stop nearby, and then you get the free shuttle so that you save money transporting through the bus. So that's another thing. And another important thing is, see if there is any petrol stations or any other small businesses around this area, like a small little chunks. So these guys will generally give you small part-time jobs, so you can get to do some jobs, and you can commit back and go back home quickly, and then go to uni and study. You can do all this kind of stuff very quickly. So that is one thing that you need to remember. And as I said, the part-times sometimes it might get difficult to get a part-time, but these days you got Uber, Ola, and a lot of these things which just makes it a lot easier. So you can start doing some driving taxis and things like that. But remember, you got a legal obligation that you cannot work more than 20 hours. So if you get caught and things like that, there will be you will get penalized, and people take it seriously. So you are not allowed to work more than 20 hours when you are on a student visa. Just make sure that you stick to that, because you lose your investment if you just someone reports you, and also don't talk to anyone. Even whatever you do, just make sure, even friends, and doesn't matter guys, everyone does some work, everyone does some studies, and everyone tries some migration, everyone's going to do all this kind of stuff. Just keep it yourself because someone, let's say if you're working 30-40 hours a week, which is illegal, and if you do that, if someone reports that, you get deported. That means your tuition fees, everything is gone, and you don't get your certification back. You can never migrate back to Australia. So there could be a lot more serious consequences. So make sure that you be legal when you're having some legal restrictions that you're supposed to do. Just abide by that. And next thing is your community. Check if you got your community that who speaks your language and religion and things like that, so you feel comfortable, and if you need something, they would generally give you a helping hand, which better. But generally students helps each other, so you will always find some help, but just always get to know people that who comes from the same location or something like that, which generally makes it a bit easier for you to settle down. So that's the main things about the location. And so in the next video we will see about budgeting, and then insurance and visa and travel plan. We will see that in the next video. And thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.